One of the things I'm most proud of is our mental health department, where we provide low-cost counseling to special needs individuals and their families. During times like this is something that everyone can use. Well, goodness gracious, Chrisa.
Oh my God, we're in Hawaii.
Hi, everyone.
This is fabulous.
Happy Tuesday.
I thought we were going to be at the house today.
No, I brought you to Hawaii. I always promised you a rainbow, and here we are.
Yes, and there's the rainbow, but we still have that pact that we're going to Tahiti someday.
Yes, which is see my relatives
when
in
we win the
Tahiti,
lottery.
in Moorea. Yes. Well, no, it's not about the lottery. It's about the safety of it, because I think Hawaii actually reopened.
Yeah, I think so, but who knows what's going to happen.
We're better safe than sorry.
Anyway, hello everyone.
Hi, and we are so excited.
Tuesday.
We're so excited to bring you this show. The entire show is going to be focused on our new program, and Chrisa is going to tell us and debut it.
And we are just, I mean, we are over the rainbow.
Yeah, literally.
About this program. So, wow. So for a long time, we've often talked about dating in the community, people with or without disabilities that struggle with meeting people, maintaining relationships, understanding relationships. I mean, you've been married for quite a while, but how many people?
I can still play.
Okay.
Am I not allowed to play? Oh, shoot. I'm not allowed to play.
I was just going to say how many people really struggle with all the ins and outs of dating.
Yes.
And how quite difficult it is. I mean, it's multiple pieces that you need to manage and juggle on the fly. What is that? What does all of this mean? So we've created a program here at the Ed Asner Family Center that is going to help detail out what is all included in terms of dating. And we're going to be offering, we're calling it workshops or seminar courses. It's basically a course.
It is like a workshop. It is like, because there's different levels to it.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to buy a whole package or anything. You can drop in as you're available. It's called, and it's really loosely based on Chrisa and I connected with the amazing Kathy Gott and some other pillars of the community and Judy Bennett from FAA. And we were all so impressed and moved really by the show Love on the Spectrum on Netflix. And the thing that really spoke to us, Chris and I particularly, was that they had this wonderful relationship coach who would go in and meet each family and really get to know the particular individual and what their needs were. It was very personalized.
Yeah.
I loved that.
Yeah. And it wasn't a parent, it wasn't a family member. It was somebody that just came in and developed a relationship with the client and really helped guide them through this journey.
Yes.
And, and like what Navah said is that there's so many different levels of this program that we're creating here that, we want to start with some basics. We get it. Some of the people in the community have already got the basics. They're already dating. They want to know a little bit more. So we do have some sort of which we will define more as we we're currently creating the program. But what we will define more is this sort of a la carte menu that, like Navah said, if you're really at a certain point in your life, you're an older adult that has experience but wants to have a little enhancement and sort of a personal guide, that would be an option. That's really a lovely quality that we're offering here.
And also if you are an adult, it is for 18 and over, but there is no age limit. We have some adults with needs as well. And so, but the main thing is that each person is going to be looking for something different. You might already have had dating experience, like Chrisa said, or this might be completely new to you. And so we're going to really connect ourselves and introduce ourselves to the families, meet the families. Chrisa and I will meet each family individually and see what their particular needs are and really base it on that. It might be that one person needs a one-on-one relationship coach, and that is going to be available as well.
But then there are the individuals that we're gonna really do a really good point in vetting. We're gonna take a look at the person and see where they're at with this, because we really want it to be a good fit for everybody. We want to put people where they're at their experience level. Maybe they've had dates, maybe they want to have dates, and they are just on the dating apps trying to explore all of it and haven't had much experience yet.
Yeah.
So we're going to really try to put people together that are a good fit. And then if you don't want a group setting, again, you can have individualized coaching.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think what really makes our program unique is that because of our connection with MaintCo, and we've been able to COVID compliant, I hate to say COVID friendly, but we've outfitted our center so it is COVID compliant and safe. And so we are offering in-person workshops once a week, starting basically the second week of January,
right around January 10th, I believe, that week. We're going to start off with one group a week, and then we will expand because we're getting so much interest already in this program. We just launched a couple days ago.
Right.
And so it's given us the opportunity to really also ask the community, what are they looking for? What each person really wants to get out of this course in dating. And so, and that's what's important too, is, each person's level of function, like where are they at? What do they want out of the goals? And when you start even, when you start your journey, you might need to back up a little bit and relearn some things here, because not everybody's got it,
Yeah, and everyone needs that. It's not just our special needs individuals.
Yeah.
And this workshop is for everyone. It's for neurotypicals. It's for it's not just for autistic individuals.
Right.
But
it's for people with disabilities.
It's for anybody who's looking for love. How about that?
Correct. There you go.
We're all looking for love in the wrong places, and the center is the right place. So you'll have support. You can have an in-person experience. Eventually, when we're allowed to gather, we have some wonderful social events that we're planning right now. Speed dating, a wonderful Valentine's dance that we're hoping we're going to be able to actually pull off. And if need be, we'll do it in our parking lot and we'll tent it. But if right now we're just starting out and our in-person availability is very, very limited. So if you're interested in in-person workshops for dating on the spectrum, please write immediately to Shelby at edasnerfamilycenter.org. And Chrisa will reach out to you and we'll set up a consultation and see what your particular needs are or your family members' needs are.
Yep.
And there's, we're just beginning. So we're all in this together, and we want to be able to support each individual in their needs, looking for love.
And you know what? One of the important thing is, I'm the mental health director here, but I also have a private practice, and whether it's people with differently abled individuals, everybody really wants this kind of coaching. And I think what's important is, so the first thing that we also need to relearn is our intuitiveness. So, and teaching intuition is really hard, but it takes time. What do we feel internally? What are the messages about ourselves? How do we feel about who we are? And that's very important when it comes to dating, because that's what we're presenting to the person out there.
And there's so many stories I've heard about autistic individuals who went out and really just dipped their feet in the water in the app world, the dating app
Bumble,
world,
the Match.
And there were a lot of horror stories, and there were a lot of people taken advantage of, and there were a lot of there was bullying and sexual, inappropriateness. So this is a safe space. This is a place where your family member or yourself can come really have therapists. We have Chrisa. We have other therapists. We have a male therapist.
We have a male
who
therapist
can really give you support. And
well, they're also going to be co-teaching the course as well. So
absolutely,
we have a variety of people available that come from different backgrounds that, it's a wonderful collection of people that can support you during this time, or the client during this time, and different perspectives. So it really helps. And again, it's going to be like really well-rounded in that a male perspective, a female perspective. We're also going to, at some point, we're going to bring in also LGBTQIA individuals as well. And so, but love is love, right? So how people find it, how people, what they look for, what they want, what their hopes and dreams are. I mean, love is sort of, it's very internal, right? And it's very universal in many ways.
And I just want to make something clear. We're not matchmaker. I'm a matchmaker, but we're not matchmakers on this program. We are just giving people the tools to help them go out into the world and have some clear understanding of the complexities of dating and relationships, and not feeling vulnerable if they go out and they put themselves out there and they don't feel like they're prepared. And it is giving them these tools, as even something as simple as setting up a mock dining situation. So we're going to be doing these things that really help people feel that
supported
in all aspects of their relationship journey. So even if you're already in a relationship, but you want to learn how to break up with a boyfriend, I've heard a lot of stories about both boys and girls, autistic boys and girls who they don't understand the nuances, or they feel guilty, or they're scared to do it, or they feel pressured to stay with somebody. And even just learning how to break up with somebody, that is difficult.
Right. And so the other part there is, it's like people these days, which is very prevalent, ghosting. That is so frustrating.
What is that? Explain that to me.
Ghosting. So ghosting is you just literally disappear. You stop texting, you stop contacting the person, or, many people have all done this. I'm sure people have done this in this room. Make up excuses. How do you get out of it? You just, you start finding a reason that it doesn't work, but you're afraid to tell somebody. So we will also, what Navah's really talking about too is through start to the beginning stages of dating. What happens when you get really close to somebody? Does that mean they're a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a partner? What does it mean when it's the friend zone? All these like little nuances that are so hard for people to navigate. And so we're going to really do a lot of hand holding and workshops and role playing and things like that, where you're going to get the opportunity. The person in the program will have this opportunity to be able to really process what's happening here. Am I in the friend zone? Does that mean I could move forward? And we're also leaving out the big S word. What happens?
Is it 3 letters?
Yes,
okay.
I think so. Can we talk about that here?
Heck yes.
Okay, so basically, what happens after you had some really great dates and you're feeling a little amorous, a little sexy, you're getting some chemistry from this person. We're going to talk about what is chemistry. What is that feeling that you can't see, but you can feel it, but you can't see it. And that is one of the most difficult things, I think, with my clients. Again, that intuition. What is intuition? What is body language?
Because subtle signs are a problem for our community.
In the special needs community. But what is body language? How to read body language.
And also giving our female, and I'm sure this happens to female and male participants, but giving them the right to know, because a lot of our autistic individuals go their whole lives through ABA. And they are compliant, and they think, this is something that I have to do because I've been taught to please people. To give our our women power and
also some of our male clients too.
Of course, but just the independence to know that they don't have to please somebody. They don't have to get to that point of petting and then go all the way. I'm not the Dr. Chrisa is, but I mean, these are things that my clients have, that are my kids have told me. And I really, these are tools that we want to be able to give to you with our therapists, with our clinicians, supporting them. So they have these tools to go out into the world. One of the things I really want to clarify,
and that's really scary. I mean, it's really scary.
It's terrifying. And
as a parent.
And I say that because I've talked to a lot of self-advocates and autistic
individuals,
spokespeople who are saying this is the biggest issue with young autistic women, is that they have this connection between the ABA they were taught as children and feeling like they have to do something just because they're in that moment. And that's something that you never have to do. But one thing I wanted to clarify is that we have our workshops where it's a very small in-person availability. We are going to have some of them virtually, that once we go to capacity, we will put some of our workshops online because we are only able to safely house a certain amount of people within our building. And we do have scholarships available for people who are interested in these in-person classes and virtual classes. And then I want you to really talk to us about what if I'm a client and I come to your workshop, I'm really getting some wonderful tools, but there's certain things that I am too embarrassed to say in front of the other participants, and I want a little more support. How do I do that?
Well, I mean, you can make an individual appointment with a dating coach.
Yes.
Or, you can approach the instructor and we can talk about how it's uncomfortable to speak about things like this in the room. So we have opportunity for them to anonymously write down some of their thoughts and feelings or some questions that they want to really address, but don't want to be singled out online or in the Zoom or whatever, so we really want to make it a comfortable environment and safe environment. We also have, like with the Zoom or whatever, there's Q&A if somebody feels comfortable enough.
But the great part of Love on the Spectrum that inspired us is that we do have, in addition to our workshops, we have an a la carte option where you can hire a dating coach.
The dating coach.
Yes. And so it is an additional cost. It is a one-on-one 30-minute experience with the first consultation would be a cost or not?
For the
one-on-one.
coach. Yes, it would.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. We talked about it being a cost.
So
we're still working out our menu here.
But definitely reach out to us and let us know if you're interested, especially in the in-person classes, because I know that a lot of people have asked us about that, and we have very limited space available for that.
But I also want to say what Navah brought up was how we want to make this a safe environment so that people feel just like a therapy session, that, you start to build that relationship with the group and the instructor and the community of people that we will be bringing to this this workshop, and that you want to feel safe and comfortable enough to be able to talk about your dating experiences or your needs or sexual issues or, the uncertainty about some things that go along with dating. And so we are also not going to have any parents participate or be around the environment. It's going to be very much centered on the person. And that, and in a little bit, we're going to talk more about that with what we plan on doing and how we plan on supporting the parents.
Right. But it's important. I know as a person who worked with the young adults myself, and as a former life coach, there is a real block that kids get when they feel their parents could be listening or they're in the next room, or even if they're in the parking lot sometimes.
Just the idea of possibly being watched.
Yeah, because we really want this space to be for young adults and adults to really let down their guards and really get real and open and be a little vulnerable. And it's hard to do that when you have your helicopter parent. And I know that because I am, you see my wings, my propellers. And it's very difficult for us parents to let go. It's very difficult for us to say, my child needs independence. And that's extremely difficult. And I see both aspects of it.
But one of the things too that I think is really important is that, we at the center here, we have a media room, and we're going to have the opportunity to do role playing and where, and also videotaping the client. And so at that point, I think it's really helpful when people get the opportunity to really watch themselves. I know people get shy. They don't want to be videotaped. I have a hard time watching our shows sometimes, it's scary.
It really will help the situation though, especially with the subtlety of like our idea of the mock dinner date. And they did that on the show.
Right. But we're actually videotaping.
But to be able to show our participants, and they can do it in the privacy of their own home.
They can even self-tape.
Yes.
So that's the other option too. Like part of the homework could be like, why don't you self-tape? If you can have a friend partner up with you and just self-tape, and then we could, that could be a part of the private coaching as well. But I think that's very important for when you're really learning about who you are and yourself and your mannerisms and your body language and how you're carrying yourself. Because, how you're dressing when you go out on a date, how you're presenting yourself, because you're asking the person that you're interested in to notice you and see you and, and fall in love with you. So,
and also to not maybe take you from the first impression, because I know in the show and other clients have talked about is that first meeting, that it's such a buildup. I don't care if you're autistic or you're you're not.
It's so stressful.
That first date and the first meeting, it might not be your true self. It might be your nervous self and your anxiety self. And, so that's really not the person that you want them to just take you at
face
this,
value.
Yeah.
Right? Hey, this is really who I am.
That you have tools to be able to say, hey, hey, bro, I was going to say bro, but hey, listen, let's try this again. Maybe I was a little weird or off or
little
nervous. And that's me. This is not me. This is not my true self. So let's try it again. I think in the show, what they showed so many times was the clients having a date and then really just, oh, that wasn't for me. And the ones that really had the support and were able to kind of like go over their dates and really kind of figure out what they did right and what they did wrong, those were the ones that were successful and had further dates and really were able to form relationships.
And were able to make changes as well. Because once you learn about yourself, because this is a journey, it's really, you're the subject. We're going to learn about ourselves and how we are in the world and how we feel. And as you learn more about that, you're going to change. People are, you change and evolve. We all grow,
Absolutely.
Right? And so it's important to have an openness towards that. And, why don't you try it this way instead? Or what did you notice about this person? So it's extremely social. Obviously, dating is very social.
Yes.
So that's,
it's the group it's less pressure.
Right.
You're going to have a group setting. There's going to be a lot of back and forth within the group. You're going to have homework to take home each week. And again, because we're the only facility with in-person, I'm going to keep saying this,
let's cross our
write
fingers.
in and get your spot, because it's going to fill up very quickly.
Because, so many people, I know we do, we're online right now, but this is a wonderful way to see everyone and to reach people all over the world. But,
yes.
We're really craving that social interaction, and people are so stir crazy. And so, I think it's a really amazing opportunity to have instruction in person we're at a safe distance. We have plexiglass at our facility. We have the masks and the hand sanitizer and all that. And, so also our instruction is going to be very visual as well, because I think we need a lot of examples. It's really helpful. And a lot of times during therapy, clients use movies and films and TV shows to explain how they might be feeling.
It's great.
They might not have the words to express, oh, I'm feeling this way, but they go, hey, that guy in that movie and, that scene, like a lot of people love The Office because it's so quirky and there's so many different diverse characters on it. And so a lot of people identify with people on The Office, and they talk about the characters or different scenes. What's your favorite show?
I've never seen that.
Oh my, it's like 10 seasons, I think.
My favorite show right now is The Queen's Gambit.
Oh, okay,
I love that
all right,
show.
so what do you love?
But there is a scene, I think when there's a dating show.
Yeah, I mean like a rom-com. Romantic comedy.
Well, I mean, I think for me, there's a scene in Love Actually that I think is
love that movie.
That moms can really relate to.
Best movie ever.
Where she thinks her husband's having an affair, and she takes that moment. She puts on a Joni Mitchell song, which is one of my favorite songs, and she takes that moment to herself in the bedroom to listen to. I can't remember.
It's Joni
Both
Mitchell.
Sides Now.
Oh,
and she is having this moment and she cries and she just lets loose because she has this experience where she thinks her husband is having an affair, and then she kind of like gets gets a hold of herself, and then she goes out and, okay, kids, let's go.
Yeah.
And to me, that's like one of the most sensitive scenes I've ever seen in my life.
Beautiful.
But
she did an awesome job of
it's that scene that we can go back to and relate to in our own lives, not with my husband. I'm not talking about my husband, but that scene of having to be strong and your kids are in the other room and you have to be strong and go back to your chaos and just suck it up.
Oh, thanks for sharing that.
Yeah.
But, I think really what a fun show is too, and I know it's making a huge comeback, is Friends. And so there's a lot of examples.
I've never seen that show either. Oh my God.
You've got to
I'm going to get hate letters.
You have got to binge watch it. It's such a fun show, but it's about, young people in New York trying to date. And it's just a lot of examples of what not to do and maybe what to do, or, so I think it's helpful sometimes when, there's always sort of an example, and then that leads to more conversation and let's talk about it.
Well, the other thing that is really happening right now in the center related to this is that we have our social director, autistic adult Chelsea Darnell, who is going to also be on our Dating on the Spectrum committee.
She's on our committee.
And helping us really have her perspective on what autistic individuals are looking for, and she's dating, so she's really like the perfect the paradigm of our clients. And
plus also one thing too is that when we get out of this COVID lockdown, we will have a lot of activities at the center that will help support this program. So we will do, like Navah said, speed dating and Valentine's Day and things like that. But what's important here too, and this has been brought to my attention many times, is that it's not just going to be people that are on the spectrum. That, that was one of the things that I think some people in the community had expressed, that they felt that it shouldn't just be people with autism dating people with autism, or special needs with special needs, that there's a lot of other individuals out there that they find very connected to. Sometimes it is easier.
Well, that's why this program is for you. This program is for giving you personally the tools to go out and fall in love with whoever you want to, whether they're autistic or not. So it's about giving you the tools, giving you help and support to feel the world.
But we're not going to just like in life coaching or dating coaching, we're not just going to focus on, we'll find somebody like yourself, because that's been really hurtful to a lot of people in the community. Absolutely.
And that's not what we're about here at the center.
Right. So we have in person, and, we have a collection of support, that with the Foothill Autism Alliance.
And Kathy Gott's Education Spectrum is also doing
we're
the same program. Hers is online, and
ours is in person.
And but also, going back to Chelsea right now is doing an amazing social club that is the weekly movie chat. So right now, she has an amazing social club, and God willing, all of them, the existing clients, are going to come and join us at the Dating Spectrum.
And so now we are going to sort of transition into part two.
Take a little break. Yeah. We're going to take a little break, and then we're going to talk about the
parent side,
the other pillar to our program, the Dating Spectrum. And we'll be back right after this.
We know we ask a lot from our patron and support network, and we are always so grateful for your generosity. In these challenging times, it's even harder to raise the funding we need to serve our community and achieve our goals. So we're always looking for new ways to maintain our revenue without adding additional burdens to our supporters. Today, we're excited to share a great opportunity that can really help our community and requires no additional out-of-pocket from you. We've partnered with the Liberty Company Insurance Brokers and their Liberty Cares program. Liberty Cares is simple. You already make monthly payments for your insurance needs, whether it's auto, home, or for your business. For every line of insurance you move to Liberty, they will donate 25% of the commissions they receive on your policies back to our cause. And under this special partnership arrangement, that donation will come to us again and again every year you keep your policy with Liberty. Often, you'll be able to move your insurance into this program simply by signing one form. It's that easy. The Liberty Company is one of the nation's largest insurance brokers, and they've won a number of recognitions for their excellent operations and workplace culture, so you can rest assured that you will be well taken care of. If you would like to learn more about how this new partnership with Liberty can help turn your insurance dollars into much-needed funds for our community, please visit libertycompany.com/libertycares, or shoot them an email at libertycares@libertycompany.com. And please be sure to let them know that you're part of our community so that they will credit the benefit of your policies back to our organization. Your ongoing support is much appreciated, so thank you in advance.